Shopping a triple order batch is one of the most debated topics amongst Instacart shoppers, and I'm going to jump right in. I'm Brian, Instacart Bulldog. Let's hit it. I'm joined today by my beautiful assistant, Callie. She's my little calico cat. She's just over a year old. Adopted her from the Santa Rosa County Animal Shelter, and boy, oh boy, has she been a joy to have around. Hi. Callie got a new toy for Christmas that she can play with her brother Billy, and boy, do they have a good time with that. And there's Billy hiding in it. Happy New Year, everybody. Feliz Año Nuevo. Really nice to be back with you. And I just spent a week in Miami. I spent New Year's down there, and it was insane. Holy cow, do they know how to celebrate down there, the ringing in of the new year. Just standing around in the neighborhood that I was visiting my family, oh my gosh, just fireworks all over the place. And real deal professional grade stuff too. And then on New Year's morning, went with a group ride with the Everglades Bicycle Club. We rode through Coral Gables, Pinecrest, down to Cutler Bay, 35-mile round trip. It was beautiful, and even met the Miami-Dade County Mayor along the way.
Oh my goodness, there we have Miami-Dade County Mayor Lavina Cava.
Hey! Good morning, Happy New Year. Thank you. So I arrived back in Pensacola Sunday night and went right through that hideous cold front that dropped the temperatures. I was in Tallahassee when that cold front began to come through. It was 75 degrees. By the time I got home to Pensacola, less than 3 hours later, it was 40 degrees. And during the night, apparently, it snowed.
It's snowing. See? Snow.
Luckily, I didn't get to see that because I probably would have barfed. After having lived in New England, in Connecticut, and New Hampshire, I've seen enough snow to last me for the rest of my lifetime. I'm good. So on Monday, I went right back to work shopping. I did Instacart and I did Shipt. I did more Shipt than I did Instacart just because that's where the orders were. I've been giving Instacart a big break over the last week or so. I will continue to give it a break, but I did check in on Monday just to see, and immediately I got a $20 batch for 23 items with a 3-mile delivery. I took it, and then as I got to the store, I was offered an add-on for $25 for 20 items for another 2 miles down the road. Hey, no problem. That was a good order. I took it. So before I stepped out of the car, I looked at customer A, see what kind of items they had, customer B to see what kind of items they had, and if I was working a triple order batch, I would look at customer C, what kind of items they have. That way I would know what to expect going in, where I'm going to put things in the buggy, how many baskets am I going to need to go with it, or do I need to drag a second buggy with me? And this is where I got into a debate with another Instacart shopper. So I'm about halfway through my shop and I've got 2 buggies with me, and I chose to do that because one customer was ordering a case of water, another customer was ordering toilet paper and paper towels, and as you know, those packages can take up a lot of real estate. So another Instacart shopper comes up to me and says, "Oh, are you an Instacart shopper?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Let me just give you advice." He says, "I'm doing this all in one buggy. I'm doing a triple order batch." And I looked down, I saw, yeah, he says, "I've got my insulated bags and I just stack them up here. Customer 1 goes in here, 2, 3. He says, "Everything is done in one." I said, "Yeah, that's normally what I do, except with baskets, but with this order," I said, "I've got paper towels to get and water and the like, so it was just easier for me to do 2, and there's very few people in the store." And then the guy says, "But you really need to do it this way." And I said, I can do it any way I want. There's no right way or wrong way. I do it differently each time. It depends on the order and the customers and how busy the stores are, what I do. And the guy says, yeah, but this is the best way to do it. And I just was like, I'm not going to debate this with you. I've been doing this for over a year and I've been doing it quite well. And what matters the most is how organized you stay, because when you get to checkout, that matters a lot. And then when you get to the customer's door, that matters a lot. So there's really no right way or wrong way. And the guy says, well, I'm just trying to help you out. I said, no, you're trying to tell me that you want me to do it your way. And sorry, this is what I'm doing. And that was pretty much the conversation. It was crazy. So I'm like, what does it matter to you? So I want to get into this topic a little bit deeper. Now, I don't have a lot of visuals to show you because, again, this is a hotly debated topic. Number one, whether you take triple orders or not. I will do triple order batches when they make sense. When the payouts are more than $1 an item, when the delivery distance is relatively short, and if I don't suspect there's a no tipper in that batch. And the payout has to be at least $35 or more. So if you shop a double or triple order batch, is there a right way to do it? Quite simply, that answer is no. I believe very firmly that it comes down to your style, how busy the store is around you, how big the orders are, and what works best for you. Because what matters the most is how well you can stay organized. And I have seen big messes at checkouts. I have lost track how many times I have seen inexperienced shoppers get to the checkout with a double or triple order batch, and they get very easily confused when everything's on the conveyor belt. They don't know what item goes with what order. They're trying to look at their phone. At the same time, they're trying to put stuff on the belt, and then they say, oh, no, hold on, don't do anything. Yeah, I got to put this over here. And it just slows everything down for the cashier, for the people that are standing in line, and everything just becomes a big mess, and then everybody starts getting agitated at that point. And this is where, once again, having good relationships with store employees can help you out a lot. Because how many times have I been stuck behind these unorganized, inexperienced Instacart shoppers who are in way over their head and who have no concept of organizational skills whatsoever, and then somebody will see me standing there behind it and they can read my body language. They know I'm getting annoyed, that I'm anxious, and I just need to go. So they will open up a lane for me. Come on over here, I'll get you, because I know you'll be quick. Because they know, and I tell them, I say, I've got a triple here. They're like, you're fast, we'll be good. And I just put everything up, I know how to go, pay it, I bag everything myself anyway, and then I'm on my way very quickly, and everybody's happy. Typically what I'll do is I'll put the biggest of the orders in the bigger part of the buggy, and I'll put the next part in with 2 baskets underneath, and then I'll use the seat area, the baby seat area, for the smaller items and the smaller orders. In certain cases, I do have to drag 2 buggies to the store. I don't like to do it. I think it slows me down. I do think it can get into other customers' ways, so I minimize the need for that. But one thing that was kind of cool, I saw this in a very busy resort town this summer, and it was a guy who was working a triple. He had his buggy, he had his baskets, and then he also had one of those half-a-carriages things. It's like the double-decker thing. It's like very short this way, but it's kind of taller this way, and he stacked one of the customer's orders into that. And he strapped it to the other one, and he just dragged it right through the store. He wasn't in anybody's way. It didn't take up a lot of extra real estate, and he just kept moving. And I thought that was pretty impressive. So if you want to put bags into that and separate it out that way, that's fine. Whatever works for you. Just as long as when you get to checkout, you are organized, you can push your way through pretty quick, and especially when you get to the customer's house, that you have the right items in the right bags. Here's what I do if I'm shopping everything into one buggy. Before I go to checkout, I'll go off to the side, I'll grab a second one. I'll put customer A in one, I will check the list against the phone. Then I will do customer B, the same thing. I'll do customer C, the same thing. This way, when I get into the checkout line, it's all right there. It's easy to see. Then you put stuff on the belt, put the divider, put the second order up there, put that divider, put the third order up. Maybe you can't get it all up there at the same time, but that's fine. You tell the cashier, I've got 3 orders here, and that's fine. They'll just do it on through. Last night, I created my own triple order batch on Shipt. There were a bunch of Target orders with promo pay. They were about $20 each, and each of those orders were about 9, 10, 11 items each. No problem. I checked the deliveries on them. I said, I can do all of this, and so I did. I shopped it all in one buggy. I had this here, that there. The nice thing about being organized like that when you approach the checkout, the cashiers respect that. The other employees will see that as well. And that way, when there is a time that you need them the most, they will be happy to help you because they know you're going to be very little trouble to them. So I made $60 in exactly 2 hours from the time I arrived at the store to the time that I completed the last delivery. Those orders made sense because I was getting $2 per item payout in the end. Yes, I did a little bit more driving than usual on that, but with that kind of a payout, it was worth it. So another question that comes up for debate is whether you should inform your customer that you are shopping for other customers. Typically, I don't do that. I will do it if the delivery time is going to be a little long for them, and especially if they have any number of cold items that they may worry about. As most of you know, I use coolers with ice packs in them. That will help me with those longer deliveries, with that delay time in getting to customer C. Sometimes what I will do is I will let customer B and C know that I've got another delivery or 2 ahead of them and that I will give them an ETA when one becomes available. And a lot of times they appreciate that. And if for some reason customer C is a little further out there, I will say, don't worry about your cold stuff. I have them in my cooler on ice packs. Everything will be fine when I arrive. Now, you know, a lot of these deliveries are leave at door deliveries, and half the time the customer comes out anyway to start wanting to retrieve their groceries while you are still putting stuff down. That's when you need to just say, can you hold on for just one moment, please, because I'm handling multiple orders here and I want to make sure that you have all the right things. That does 2 things. One, you need to get the picture of that order anyway, so you want to make sure that everything is there. And 2, you do want to make sure that you check all those items in front of that customer because they appreciate that. And you just say, I don't want you to get somebody else's stuff and I don't want somebody else to get yours. And 9 times out of 10, they just say, okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I understand. And this is where it's critical that you double check those items at the customer's door, because Instacart has a long history of mixing up items among the orders up to the point of delivery. I can't tell you how many times I've got missing items reports because Instacart did a switcheroo right before the time I got to the door. Even though everything checks out on your list that all the items are in those bags, look again. Take an extra 10 seconds to make sure that there's nothing in those bags that did not appear on that list, because this is something that I've done more than once. So I'll look down at the items and, okay, yeah, that was all there, that was all there, that was all there. Why is that toothpaste there? And that toothpaste was going to customer C. So that can save a whole lot of trouble. Customer C wonders where their toothpaste is, and this customer is like, how the hell did I end up with this? And after you do that with customer A and customer B, customer C should get everything they want. But you still want to check the list on customer C anyway, and here's why. there still may end up to be an item missing. Now, it should be rare at that point if you are staying organized throughout your shopping and throughout your delivery. This may not happen to you, but it still very well could. Something still could have ended up, especially a small item, in customer's A's bag, and let's say it's a little thing of Tylenol. That could end up in somebody else's bag, and there, it's not there. Go ahead, refund it on the spot. Just, again, when you're checking your list of items, tap on that item, refund the item, and then explain to the customer, either in person if they're coming to the door, or in the text, I'm sorry, your Tylenol PM is missing. It's probably got left behind at the checkout or something. I don't know. I refunded it for you. I am so sorry for the inconvenience that this causes you. But I already went ahead and refunded that item. That does two things for you. One, it can prevent a bad rating, and two, prevent a missing item report. Another word of advice that I have, particularly for new shoppers, do not do triple order batches while you're still in your first 30 orders or so. Just try to avoid them. If you have to do anything, do a double after you've done several single order batches, and then work your way into a double. And once you're comfortable with that, then go ahead and branch out into those triples if you need. But again, make sure that anytime you are taking multiple order batches, make sure that the dollar amount works for you. Know your goal. Know what your hourly rate should be. And after a while, you kind of figure it out, how long that order should take you to shop and deliver. Now, there are certain stores that I will not do triples. I will not do them at Fresh Market, and I will not do them at Sam's Club. I've done them, and they are not worth the hassle in my market. Oh, and don't ask me to help you stay organized doing a Costco triple order batch. That one's just way out of my league. I can't help you there. I do wish you the best of luck in doing those double and triple batches. Don't be afraid of them, because if the dollar amounts work out, it can be a very lucrative thing to do. And time and experience will teach you to look for the warning signs that there may be a very low tipper or a no tipper hidden into that double or triple order batch. I would appreciate you giving this video a like and subscribe so you don't miss more tips or bigger tips and better ratings, or at least holding on to what you have. I'm Brian, Instacart Bulldog. Until next time, go get 'em!